What's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you the 5 things I hate about my 2000 Jeep Cherokee. Run the intro.
I got crazy thoughts that stay on my mind. I promise I'm fine. I'm doing alright, and I'm back again.
So guys, this is my 2000 Jeep Cherokee named Delilah. I bought her back when I was in high school. I've been doing mods on her for about past 4 years. So I got her when she was basically stock. As you guys can see, I've done a lot of work to her. We've done everything from, we have a 4.5-inch lift with 33 1250s on 15-inch rims, wheel spacers. We have the Bushwhacker fender flares, which are phenomenal. Then we have the CAFAB steering setup, the Heim joint to upgrade all the steering, new steering box, everything's been redone. The front axle's been rebuilt several times. And then all sorts of stuff. We have the JCR front bumper, eBay headlights. We have the Rod Louver hood vents that may or may not have a couple dents in them, which are my fault. We have the Smitty built rear bumper along with the rear tire, which matches the spare. Gas tank, CB antenna, all tinted lights everywhere. Overall, a really solid Jeep. She has her dents and dings, but she is an absolute trooper, and I love her to death. Engine wise, we've done a lot of cooling upgrades, heat upgrades. Everything on the engine has basically been replaced except for rebuilding the engine, which I'm sure is on the way. So we've done a lot of work to her over the years. Interior wise, we went ahead and did the double din radio upgrade from Jeep Cables. If you guys want to check him out, link is in the description, and click the link up above for an install video. That turned out phenomenal. With that, we've got speakers all around, kickers, 6.5s, and then a 12-inch sub in the back with a 4,000 watt amp, which is phenomenal, along with the gun racks I put in and the toolbox, because this thing's always breaking down. But overall, she's been a great setup, but she does have her flaws, and trust me, there are more than it's on this list, but these are the big ones. So let's get right into it, and starting off with number 1. Okay, I think everybody can agree with me that this is number 1. The biggest issue with these Jeeps is death wobble, no matter what, and it's all due to the single front axle design on the Jeep Cherokee. With these, when it runs right, there's no issues at all. It does great, but I've been through countless sets of ball joints, wheel bearings, a whole new steering setup, every bushing, track bar bushing, everything always breaks, and it causes the terrible death wobble that all Jeep owners know too well. So I'm not saying that independent front suspension is better, but death wobble on these is a serious issue. Go. No, thank you. You can't get a good alignment with it. When it's beefed up, it's okay, but in stock form, it's terrible. So that's my number 1 issue with this thing. Next on the list, we need to pop the hood. So let me get these limb risers off. Okay, so the next big issue that I've had a lot of problems with is the cooling system. And if you have one of these, I bet you've had it too. So I've had to go ahead and replace the radiator, the electric fans, and I've had to add electric fans to keep this thing cool. So the 6.0, or not the 6.0, the 4.0 it's a great engine. It does great, it's bulletproof, but you have to replace everything on it. And along with that, it likes to be warm. So a lot, especially in the summertime riding around here, it gets to about 90 degrees. This thing wants to overheat very badly. So I've had to do a lot of precautions to eliminate that, along with adding a toggle switch and modifying the harness so I can turn the electric fans on before it engages them, because often when it engages them, it's too late. It's already getting too hot. Along with the cooling system not being up to par, that contributes to the heat soak issues on these things. If you guys have, I believe it's 01 or it's 97 to 01 Jeep Cherokee, you guys know about the heat soak issue on cylinder 3 and 4. Whenever you let this thing sit for about 10 minutes between starts, say you want to go into a gas station or something, it starts misfiring because there's a heat soak issue. So along with The cooling system, that sucks. That contributes to the injector problem, which you can fix it. I haven't done the fix. The injectors have been my fix for now, but that is my number 2 big pet peeve. The cooling system sucks, but if you do some upgrades to it, it can get better. But overall, it's not a amazing design. So let's move on to number 3. Okay, so the next one might not seem like a big deal, but if you have passengers, this is a big problem. So a lot of people, especially with my setup with the fender flares, it is almost impossible to hop up into the back seat without dying. And so with the design of the Cherokee, it has this arching swoop here, and that is really inconvenient to trying to get into the vehicle. So either way, especially with these fender flares, I love these flares, but it only makes the problem worse. So this is a great vehicle, but if you want to have a nice road trip down to the beach like I've done before, hauling 4 people in this thing is quite uncomfortable. Everyone who hops in the back seat of this thing always complains, so I figured I'd put it on the list. Okay guys, so next up on the list is pretty obvious. Fuel economy on this thing is terrible. Like, I've been daily driving this thing for the past 3 years, honestly more than that. I've been daily driving this thing ever since I got it back in 2017, and the fuel economy keeps getting worse and worse. So I average about 10 miles per gallon around the town. If I go on vacation with this thing, it sometimes goes up to 13. I had it one time hit 16. That was a once in a lifetime. It was a one-time only thing, but I usually average about 9 to 10 miles per gallon, and it is pathetic. I have to put about 20 bucks in this thing every other day, and I need to go to the gas station right now. So that is a huge issue with these things, especially with not upgrading the diff or the gear ratio. We're still running on the stock 355s, so this thing not only gets terrible gas mileage, it also is super slow. If I re-geared or went an axle swap, we could maybe up that to 13 or 14, but in the end, these things get terrible gas mileage. Let's go on to number 5. By far, what I hate the most about driving this thing every day. And number 5 on the list has to go to road noise. So driving this thing around every day, it is not the most practical daily driver, but cruising right now at about 40 isn't so bad. But whenever you get on the interstate, want to take this thing on a trip or something, it is loud as can be. You guys can hear the tires right now, but besides that, it's a pretty nice ride. It's not terrible, but it's definitely loud. So it's definitely something I'm complaining about. I could probably make it better, but I like my mud terrain tires, so we're gonna leave it at that. So guys, that is the top 5 things I hate about this thing. There's a lot more, but those were the real 5 that really stood out to me. If you guys liked it, please give me a like and subscribe. I'm trying to push to 1,000 subscribers. And if you like this kind of video, I've been thinking about doing the 5 things I love about this thing, which I've got some really cool ones. And if you guys are really interested, I've been debating doing a video on the breakdown of what it takes to build this thing, because I have put a lot of money in this thing, and the build on it has been phenomenal, and I've loved every second of it. And I could really show you guys the real details of every little part that went into building this thing from a stock Jeep like I bought it. Let me know in the comments. Right now we're gonna go work on the 65 Mustang. If you guys haven't seen that, let's go check it out. Guys, this is my 65 Mustang. I bought it wrecked a couple months ago. I've been doing a lot of work to it. We went ahead and replaced all this metal over here, did some body work. We still have some body work to go, but interior has been completely redone by me, myself, and I. New floor pans, racing seats, converted to a black interior. Everything's been redone. Has a sub in the back. We just finished a rebuild on the engine. The hood is over here, so don't worry, but hopefully soon we're gonna get this thing on the road and then painted. You guys can look forward to that to come. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna get to work on this car now for the next video, but anyway, I love you guys a ton. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you on the next one. See ya.